Hi, I'm Mark from Everything Summer Camp. I'm going to show you how to install a lid skin on your trunk at home. We start by completely removing this corner protector. So there's 3 screws holding that in. All 3 of those screws are going to come out. Make sure you hold on to those screws. You're going to be reinstalling those screws later. Also, be sure to hang on to the corner protector. That's going to get reinstalled later. We move on to this clamp. 2 screws holding on each clamp. So this is a pretty easy process, but it is time consuming. You're removing 10 total pieces of hardware that are held on with 24 screws. So it does take a little bit of time. Now, with all of your hardware and all of your trim removed, we're ready to install your lid skin. Clean off the top of your trunk. You want to make sure that everything comes off. Use soap and water if you need to. We need a real clean surface. Once we have that clean surface and it's dry, we're ready to install the lid skin. There's 2 pieces of 2-sided tape on the back. Remove the backing from that 2-sided tape. Flip it over. And you're just going to line this up with the metal top that's already on the trunk. Once you have that lined up, just rub your hand across the top of the lid skin. You want to press that tape down in place. And now we're ready to start putting our hardware back on. What we're going to do is we're going to start with that same corner protector that we removed at first. Go ahead and get those screws going, but don't completely tighten them. We're going to take a piece of trim, tuck that underneath that first corner protector. So when you're replacing the screws that go into the side of the lid, you're just going to be putting screws back into the original holes. But to do the screws that go into the top of the trunk, we now have this lid skin that does not have those holes in it. And we've got to pierce through the lid skin, which is made of aluminum. Now, if you have a cordless drill, it's a piece of cake. If you don't, though, it's not too hard. You'll just set your screw onto the screwdriver, take a hammer, tap that to pierce through the aluminum, and then tighten down that screw. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move through installing just these corner protectors, because that'll lock this piece of trim into place. So now that our corner protectors are all installed again, all of our trim's back on, held into place by the corner protectors, we can start to put our clamps back on now. All we need to do is line up that clamp with the original screw hole, insert that first screw, back to the top of the trunk where we've got to pierce through that aluminum. And as I said earlier, if you have a cordless drill, that is going to make life a little bit easier. As you saw there, that screw will kind of spin on the top of the aluminum, but eventually you'll feel it bite and go in, so there's no need to hit it with a hammer. Just use your cordless drill, and we'll finish up using the cordless drill to install the rest of the clamps on this trunk. With the last clamp in place, your LidSkinz installed.